So I think it's funny that I commented on a video of someone trying to get money for these stray cats. They look like they're in Africa or Brazil or one of those villages where they don't have electric and stuff like that. And they're posting about needing money for vaccinations for cats. And I posted on there and I was like, they're talking about we need these vaccinations for these cats, blah blah blah. And it just rang in my mind that like every time that I've posted about needing help, like, hey, where's like a low income, dog shelter, or where's like a low income like vaccination site, I got so much hate. Like, but yet someone in another country can have like 12 cats and try to start a rescue and then go online and beg for money to vaccinate and feed these animals. Like, I get the cause. Like, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing because I would do the same thing if I had the time and the money. But the thing is, like, you're starting a cause. You're in a country that, income isn't very good. And so you go on TikTok and you start begging all these people for money. I'm sorry, but that's not, I don't know. It's just not sitting with me. So someone like me who has a family, who has kids, who has a home, who has money, who, I mean, if you have animals, you will realize that vet bills are really expensive. They overprice things. They overprice stuff constantly. So to pay for vaccinations and spay and neuter and all that stuff is ridiculous. A couple $100 for this, couple $100 for that. So they have these facilities that help you with low income. They help you with getting your animals spayed and neutered. So people will complain that your animals aren't spayed and neutered, but yet when you say that you're looking for a low income place to do your spay and neuter, people will come for you and be like, oh, those aren't good places. Your animal's going to get an infection. They don't do a good spay and neuter. Okay, well, you can't have it both ways. Either you're pissed off that the animal isn't spayed or neutered, or you're mad that, the place that the person's taking it is affordable for them so they could, take care of their animal and not have all these babies running around. People are never happy. People are never happy. But I'm sorry, I'm not donating money to a person in another country who is online. They have a sappy video. They're taking like videos of the cats and their faces, and they have this, really sad song on, and they're asking people for money. Excuse me. People are commenting on their posts and they're like showing like praying hands, and they're like, please donate, please donate, please. It's like, I'm not sending money to somebody that I don't know, first off. It's not like you have a GoFundMe set up or anything proven that you're actually going to use the money for what you say you're going to use it for. I mean, these people barely have shoes on. They barely have clothes on. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, so please don't take it that way. But as somebody who has donated money to somebody who said that they needed it, they said that their house had burnt down, and I had a little bit of money at the time. I sent over, a couple $100, and I was like, this was years ago. And I said, I was messaging her and I was like, you have kids. I have a couple kids. I had 2 kids at the time. And I said, what sizes are they? How old are they? I can send you some stuff. Oh no, don't worry about it. And I thought that was weird. I thought that was super weird. And she was like, oh no, money is perfect because, we didn't have renter's insurance and blah, blah, blah. Well, I got curious and I started looking up her accounts. I started looking up her Instagram and stuff and her Facebook. And she was posting videos of her at her house, TikTok dancing in the kitchen. And these were like newly posted. I'm like, okay, maybe they were archived, maybe she's like posting these. No, she went live and she was sitting in her kitchen and was talking about how she was going to be getting taxes soon, and that she had some money coming in from like a payment to help her out. And I'm thinking, I messaged her on her live and I commented and I was like, I thought your house burnt down. And then all of a sudden I was blocked. And I'm like, oh. So I made another account and I went back on and I found her. And I started commenting on all of her videos. And I was like, why are you scamming people out of money? Why are you saying that your house burnt down? She blocked that account. So I ended up reporting her to a couple different websites. And they ended up catching that her GoFundMe was fake. And that's why I don't trust sending money to somebody. Like, I would rather buy something and send it. I mean, it's a little harder to do it in another country, but I would rather buy something and send it to the person. I would rather do that than send money. It's just like people that beg for money out on the streets. I've literally watched people go and buy food, go and buy water, juice, stuff like that, walk up to these homeless people, give them the goods, and then leave them there because they want money for drugs, cigarettes, and alcohol. That's not what they want. They don't want food. They want their fix. They don't care that they're homeless. They want their freaking fix. Like, it's just sick. It's just sick that people beg for things when you can't even do it yourself. Like, and to me, I don't feel like they're going to use it for the animals. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not. But as somebody who has donated to a cause that, I had kids at the time. I got really heartfelt and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this lady has kids, like, I have kids. Like, what if my place burnt down? Like, what would I do if my place burnt down? Like, I have kids, like, that would be so devastating to lose all my clothes, my TV, my computer, my bed, my kids' clothes, their toys, all of my furniture. Like, and I was like, I can donate stuff. I have things that are lightly used that, that are too small for my kids. I have, extra this, extra that. I could buy you this. No, she didn't want that. She wanted money. Because she wanted to use the money for other things. Because her house never burned down. So my thing is, just beware of scams. Because people like to scam and lie all the damn time. And it's just, it's upsetting. It's really upsetting that people lie about things like that. Like, in specific. Like, house burning down or needing this for your animal or whatever. Every time that I've posted and said, hey, can I have a little help? I got this dog and I love my dog. Where can I go for discounted shots or spay and neuter? I get attacked. And, it's pretty sickening that people don't know someone's situation. So like I said, I'm not judging that situation with the animals and the rescue. I'm just cautious because I know how I felt when I knew I got scammed. But as somebody who has a dog for an emotional support animal, because I have PTSD and anxiety and stuff, it would have been nice to have help. And instead, everybody jumped online and they attacked me. And, well, if you have an animal, then, why can't you support the animal? Then you shouldn't have it and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, exactly. So if I'm going to be told that and I'm going to be treated like crap when I need that animal for my personal support, for my, my mental health, as a companion, and these people are saying that they're in another country, you can't see what they're doing with the money, they're saying it's for cats, they're saying it's for these cats. How do you know that? Unless they send you receipts, which, how do you know that those are legit? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just be cautious with sending money because there's so many scam artists out there. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. It's just, there's too many scam artists anymore.